Om Namo Bhagavate Aurobindo. Om Namo Bhagavate Aurobindo. O truth come manifest. Mother and Sri Aurobindo, respected Sir, Professor Amit Sir, Sampath Sir, and the faculty members and my dear students. As it is really a privilege for us to speak a few lines before you on Mother and Sri Aurobindo. As Vishwajit discussed about Sri Aurobindo's life, I want to interact. I just don't want to give a speech, I saw all of you are listening very attentively, but still I want to hear a few words from you too, okay? Especially the students. When Vishwajit said, he said something new about Sri Aurobindo's message. Who can say that? Something new which hadn't been told by anyone else. Can anyone say? Is man the final in evolution process? Is he? So, okay, I'll ask you a question. Does anyone paint here or make sculpture or anything? Please lift your hand. If anyone does a painting, anyone is an artist here or a sculpture, make sculpture. And that would be boring, if you won't answer in this way. Okay, if you're making a painting, okay? And you see that your painting is not perfect as you wish to be. What do? You erase it and make a beautiful one? See, similarly, when nature has created us, okay? Nature has created us from the stones to living things, then to human beings, like vital animals, then after animals, the man. Now we think we are the final. Okay. But still, don't you think that you are still an animal? Mother said, man is a thinking and speaking animal. So why are we called animals? What is the similarity between man and animal? That you can say, I'm sure. Someone speak out? What is the similarities between man and animal? Survival, then the nature, then the impulses, all this, isn't it? The animals need food, he has reproductive system, as he may sleep and the nature it has. We have to say almost the same nature. And what is the difference between man and animal? Yes, man is a thinking animal because it has what do we have? His capacity to think. We have a mind. Okay? So man is a mental being. We have the capacity, but still we are animal in other things. So now, as Sri Aurobindo has said, now man is going to be, he is still an animal, but now he is proceeding towards being a divine being. Okay? Because nature cannot just stop at this stage. As I said, an artist cannot stop in its imperfection stage. It will go towards perfection. Similarly, the nature is also striving towards the perfection. Okay? So what is the perfection? Who is really perfect? What do you think of it? Who is really perfect? Whom we consider perfect? Whom we pray to be perfect? A power is there, no? Whom we say is perfect, only he knows everything. The human being doesn't know. Who is that? Whom do you say? God, yes. Okay. There are also people who do not believe in God, They said no one is there. There is no God. Similarly, one atheist was there and a God believer. And the atheist tried to convince the God believer that there is no God. But what happened? After some effort, he managed to convince that there is no God. Then when he said, okay, I believe that there is no God, the God believer said. So the atheist said, thank God that I could convince him that there is no God. So what did he say? Thank God. So that God believer said, so there is in some point you believe that there is God. He said, then he just became quiet and said, no, it's just a way of saying. Still I don't believe. He said, okay. Then, okay, tomorrow, can you come for dinner tomorrow? The atheist said, okay. So he came to his house for a dinner. Then, after dinner, just he showed his room. Then he said, he saw a very big project of the universe, the solar system. So, beautiful project. Everything is finally fixed in its proper place. He said, oh, such a lovely project, such a lovely model. He said, who made it? Did you make it? Did you make it? He said, no one. He said, oh, just don't be silly. Who made it? Please tell me who made it. He said, no one has made it. So how can it be possible that no one has made it? If you don't want to say, don't say. But why do you say that no one has made it? Somebody must have made it. So, okay, then if you say somebody has made it, if you believe that a model, just a small thing, is made by someone, it cannot be made by itself, then how do you believe that the whole universe, that is made by itself? No one has made it. So that power, it is God who has made it, the divine we say. Okay? So now, let us go for some practical things actually. Is that how to believe, when we know about the divine, when we are going to become a divine being, there are something we too have to do. Because the time has come, our mind is sufficiently developed. So now Mother and Sri Aurobindo came upon earth to say that now there is no other way than to live only for the divine. And we have to believe it. And because then only we can be a divine being, we can go towards becoming a divine being. So, but in life, there are so many challenges we have to face. Because do you think life is very easy and smooth going? For whom life is very smooth going and very easy? No one. So we all have to face the challenges in life, isn't it? So what do you mean by the challenges? What do you mean by the challenges? Smooth life? Or the difficulty suddenly comes in a new and difficult things which you have to face? Okay, these are the challenges. And the challenges, it starts from the very childhood itself, from the very beginning, isn't it? What are the childhood challenges? Who can say? Just say something. It's just an interaction. Standing, talking, and getting slaps from parents and teachers. These things all have to. Then after especially in student career, what are the challenges you are facing? Just now you can say, I'm sure. What are the challenges you are facing in student career?
Okay, very good.
Pardon?
The next challenge is before them is internship report.
Okay.
How to write, how to present.
So, even those who are now in tourism department, all of you wanted really to study this subject, or by force you didn't get any other subject, or your parents forced you, or something in situation. That also might have happened. Okay. So these are where somebody wants to study something, but the parents force, no, you study that. This is also a challenge, and even if you don't want to, are not interested in the subject, if you cannot remember the subject, but still you have to force, and you have to secure good marks. Otherwise, you get a good scolding from teachers and parents. All these are the common things, Then after that, when you complete, then also you have to give the competitive exams. You prepare for the competitive exams. Then also, if you do not succeed, then also you get a good scolding. I feel depression comes. These are all, so many challenges are there. After the student life, then comes your career. For career also, you have to face the challenge. Some challenges, you want a good job. Who does not want a good job, say? Everyone wants a good job in a good professional life. And when you enter into a job, then also there are challenges. You are exploited, you don't get promotion, and all these things. In every field. Then in family life, keeping relation and harmony with the family members, and taking the responsibility of children and everyone. All these things are challenges in life. These common challenges I'm talking about. Okay. So these are the family challenges. Again, then in old age challenges. What are the old age challenges? Your tooth comes out, your hair gets white, grey, then you want to make it black, you want to replace your teeth, and walking problem, backache problem, knee problem, all sorts of problems, health problems.
All body organs.
Pardon?
Body organs.
Body, yes, all body organs. All these health problems, mental issues, oh, my children are not asking me, not taking care of me. These are many problems. So, in every field we meet with challenges. Okay? But challenges are not only individual, which we talked about, just individual challenges we are facing. It can be also collective challenges. What are they? Now just recently we have gone through the epidemic, okay? War situations, communal riots, then hike in prices. Now it's very difficult to drive a bike or anything. You see how the hike has, how the petrol rate has gone up. So there's so many challenges. There are, needless to say, there are so many and many. Okay. So the challenges, what we discussed is about the challenges that comes from outside. Okay. Now, do you know what are the real challenges in life? To become a divine being. These challenges we have to face, but the real challenges we face in life are those challenges, then they only. Anyone can say? Anyone will try to say what are the real challenges in life? Okay. Pardon, I just couldn't hear.
Getting job.
So getting job. Okay. These are also the outer challenges. Getting job. All these are challenges. Then we will also discuss how to face the challenges. Okay. But the real challenges, those situations, it comes from within us, okay? From the lower parts of our nature. Okay? So these situations, only if we face these lower challenges, these inner challenges, then only we'll be able to face the outer challenges. Okay, so what are those inner challenges? The situations come to rise above our ego. When the situations comes to rise above our ego, somebody hurts you, how do you feel? Suddenly your ego is hurt, isn't it? We have to rise above our ego. This is a challenge again. To rise above our greed is a challenge. To rise above our desire. To rise above our selfishness. To fight against all the lower impulses. These are all challenges, the inner challenges. Okay? So all those wrong movements, which are in us, we have these wrong movements in us. Who is free from anger? Please lift your hand. Anyone who is free from anger? Free from selfishness? If your friend stands first, you must have seen the picture 3 Idiots. There's a dialogue which says that okay, when we fail or something, we're hurt. But in that case, if our friend stands first, it will be more hurt. We are hurt that if our friend fails. But if he stands first, we are really hurt more. So the same thing. No, we have this selfishness little in us, all these wrong movements. So we have to fight them actually. This is a great task, it's a great challenge. Okay? So on the whole, we have to rise above this human state, which Bishwajit said, no, we do have to rise above our consciousness. What is consciousness? The state we are in. Which state? Which I said, we are full of ego, we are full of desire, we are full of anger, everything. These are, in this state we are. From this state, it is our consciousness state. If from this consciousness state, we have to rise above this. And we have to go to the divine consciousness, as we said. Who can say that God, can we say? No, God doesn't have love for anyone. God is angry, God is full of desire. Do we say that? So we have to be that godly nature we have to acquire. Okay, the divine nature. So, sure. So for that, what we have to do? First thing, yes, Mother has said, because first we have to know our aim. What is our true aim? What we say about our aim is, we say, as we said, to get a good job or become a pilot or become a scientist, all these things. That is not the true aim, because it is over in a certain state. In a certain stage, you become a scientist. Okay. After that, do you have any other thing to do? No. I'll income more. Then after that, when you income more and more, then after that, again you don't have anything to do. Again you say, no, I'll get a good wife. Then you got a good wife. After that, I'll have some children. You got the children. So these are not aim at all. This will come. This is not the true aim. True aim is where you will go on striving for that. Okay? And in between these things, these are ambitions. This will be fulfilled. If you would like to go to Delhi, you have to book the ticket for Delhi. In between, Chennai also will come and other places will also come. But if you have the destination only till Chennai, will you reach Delhi? No. Similarly, we have an aim, absolutely higher aim, which is, as we said, to become a divine being. So for that, things will come on the way. Okay? So life is given, Mother said, life is given to find the divine. We must not forget this. But we know when we came from the divine, we had promised him that yes, on earth we will look for you, we will find you, and according to you only, we'll do whatever things, we'll only obey you. But what we did, we forgot, and we are very much we are engaged in other things. As there was a king. No, similar to this, I'm telling you a story. Hope you will all be active now. Okay. So there was a king who said, really the subjects, he said, Maharaj ki jai ho, all these things. So victory to our king. So the king said, I would really like to know if they really do love me. Like the God must be thinking, if the children, they love me. Seeing that the king thought, do they really love me? So what happened? The minister advised to do something. So they just announced that the king will hide in his royal garden, and whoever will find him that day, so he will take half of his kingdom. So all the next day the king had in the royal garden, and all the subjects, the people, they came rushed inside to find the king. But when they went in, what happened? There were so many beautiful arrangements in the royal garden that they started forgetting the real thing. When they saw that beautiful songs are going on, so many cultural programs are going on, some said there, and but others they advanced. Then when they went advanced, they saw that beautiful place like spring fall and waterfall. and the birds are chirping. All these things made them write poem and all this. So they sat up there. And similarly, after some time, all were busy with something or other. Okay. Then, actually, what was the purpose of going into the garden? To find the king. But what did they do? Did they find the king? No, the time was over. So similarly, now our time is also getting over. So before the time, usually people say that when you get old, when you retire, then only you think of God. When you don't have the habit of doing that, how will you do? How will you think of God? You don't have the habit. That time your mind will be more restless. So now the time has come. From the very childhood you have to take it. So then about the challenges I was saying. So this to meet the God, to meet the divinity, we have to face the challenges. How to face the challenges? First we have to look at the things as it is. We have to, our viewpoint. Once I'll tell you what is happening nowadays. Like 3 boys, three students failed in an exam. So first student thought, okay, it's so embarrassing, so insulting. I would really, how would I face life now? And he was so much disappointed, so much disgusted that he decided to make suicide, to leave his body. So he did the suicide, he committed suicide. The second student thought, okay, what's the use of studying? I tried so much, but no use. So okay, now I will leave studies. He left studies. The same thing, same incident. The 3 are doing in their own way, their thinking. And the third person, he thought, it's an opportunity for me to be more, analytical, more extensive, to study hard and to do more research on that subject. And he started doing that. So this is the same situation, but 3 faced in their own ways. Okay, so this is one thing. If they would have been taught from the very childhood what is the true aim of their life, why they have come to the earth, they wouldn't have done those things. Okay, the first 2 persons, what did they do? So this is the way we are seeing the things. Then second, so that is the situation becomes a challenge. It matters how we perceive towards it. Yeah? Then second, to face the challenge in life, the best way is to have an unshakable faith in that power, in the divine. Okay? He knows best for us, what is best for us. If we fail, that's also due to his wanting. Probably he has something more for us. You must be knowing about Abdul Kalam, Amitabh Bachchan and all those things. I need not say because you must be having some messages in WhatsApp and all those. Do you know? Like Amitabh Bachchan has given audition for his audition for radio or something, and he was disqualified for his voice. And later found his voice and figure, he was a superstar. Similarly, Abdul Kalam had applied for pilot, he didn't get. Then what he became, he was a president. So these are the things. Failure is a pillar to success. You must be knowing that. So don't take failure as a failure. It is a pillar to success. Okay? So when something happens, this is the best for me, what God has chosen for me. So have an unshakable faith on the God, on divine. Okay? I'm just telling you now shortly because we don't have much time. Okay? Then third, we have to be fearless and courageous, because fear is always a bad advisor. But if you see something and get afraid, immediately you start assuming things. So fear is a bad advisor. All fear must be replaced by total confidence and divine grace. Okay? Then worries, depression, you have to get rid of worries, depression and restlessness. Then sincerity in work, relying on divine force. You just go on doing your work sincerity, whatever you do it sincerely. And to be sincere, 3 things Mother has said: that do not pretend, be. We use, what do we do? We pretend what we are not. Don't pretend, you be that. Okay? Second, do not promise, act. We just keep promising the things, but when we do something, we do just the opposite. So do not promise, act. Then do not dream, realize. Started dreaming, but we do not do accordingly to fulfill our dreams. So realize it. So be honest towards yourself. What we do? We are not honest to ourselves, because when somebody points out our mistakes, we start justifying it. No, if it had been other way, I wouldn't have done that or something. We justify our mistakes. So be honest towards yourself. Okay? Be sincere towards the divine. What we do? We are not sincere, because we just want whatever we want, we tell the divine for our sake. We are not sincere towards the divine. We have to be sincere, we have to call him sincerely, we have to love him actually. We have to love him, we have to have respect and worship for him. Then only we are sincerity, gradually we can be sincere towards the divine. And when we try to deceive, we fall into, and when we try to deceive the divine, we fall into our own trap. As when a Yamdut came to a boy to take his life, that boy said, "Oh, you are Yamdut. Okay, you must take some rest. Okay, afterwards you can take my life." And the Yamdut had a big list of people whom that day those were chosen. So when the boy said, "I am giving you some coffee, like now you are having some coffee for refreshment." So the boy said, "I'll give you some coffee for refreshment," and he put some sleeping tablets, pills in it. Okay, gave the Yamdut, and the Yamdut had it and slept off for some more time. After, when he woke up, he felt really fresh and said, "Oh, so nice to have that coffee. I'm really thankful to you." And in between, what the boy had done, he had seen that list, he had just turned it round. Like when the names were top to bottom, he turned it and bottom to top. You can follow? So his name was on the top, now it came to the bottom. So what the Yamdut said, "Oh, I'm so pleased on you. Now what I'll do, I'll just turn it up to top to bottom." Then what happened? Again, that boy's name came first. So this is the way, when we try to deceive the divine, we fall into our own trap. Okay. So the thing is, we have to, what are the points I discussed? First, we have to change our viewpoints. Okay? When we see a situation, we have to change our views. It should be on the topper way always. And we have to rely on the divine. And we must know that whatever he is doing for the best. We have to be fearless and courageous. Okay? And we have to get rid of worries, depression, and depression. When we get depression, other forces are there. They come and attack us. We should know that. There are many forces working outside which attack us. So we should not go into depression anyway. When we have some depression, when we think that something is, we have the cause for depression, immediately call to that force, that power who will give you, who will pull you out of that depression. Okay? And you try it. You make your mind peaceful. You make your mind quiet. And how to make your mind quiet? Just as a practice, I can tell you. Just breathe. Take a long breath, and long breath out. And with that, you feel that power working inside you. And after some time, you will feel that you are really, those depressions, those worriness will go out. Okay? You can come over those things. So do not pretend, do not promise, act, do not dream, realize this, and be honest towards yourself. And do not justify your mistakes, try to correct it. Okay? Be sincere towards the divine, be sincere to yourself. And when we try to deceive anyone, we fall into our own trap. This we should remember. And if we really want to face the challenges, we have to be very truthful, courageous. Okay? So in this, and rely on the divine and divine alone. Okay? Take his name, and we will take you out of all 3 boys, the 2 boys, what they did, not in that way, rather the third one. Okay? Okay. If anyone has anything more to say, that how can we face our challenges, if you are thinking, I have just put some of the hints I have given. Any other, if you have something more to say? Something? Try. How are you facing challenges? Okay. Anyone? What more point can you can say to face the challenges?
Madness.
Yes?
Madness.
No.
Madness.
You have to be mad. Okay, so that's a good thing if we look another way, because those who are mad, if somebody says them, oh, a pagal hai or he's mad, he doesn't care. Good. It's a good point that mad means when you are doing something, just be mad. You go on doing that. Don't care. But if you think you are in the right way, do not care for that. Sri Aurobindo said he was in the right way. What he thought, it was not normal like other people. So he called himself mad. So that is a madness. That also, it's a very good point. I don't know from which view he said, but I took it really. I think it's a good point. Anyone else, or I should conclude here?
Positive attitude.
Positive attitude, very good point. Take everything in a positive attitude. Do not be a pessimist. Be an optimist, okay? There are things, people look in some other way, but those who are optimists, they want to take it in a pessimistic way. They can only rise above these things and they can progress in their life. Okay, thanks children, thanks students.